If someone tries to force something on you and calls it truth, if they tell you, this is the path to happiness, this is the path to paradise, would you really accept it? Can something that contains force truly be called truth? What about something that is ugly or limited, something that did not exist before and may disappear again? Would you accept something temporary and unstable as the truth of life? My friend, these are not signs of truth. Wherever there is force, wherever there is ugliness, wherever there is limitation, that is not truth. That is falsehood, and it must be left behind. Let's begin with force. Why does truth not operate by force? Because truth is the treasure of existence. It is what the entire universe is built upon. Something with this level of value, something with this level of power, is completely independent. It does not need to impose itself. It does not need to force anyone to follow it. The greatest treasure of existence shines eternally without needing anything to validate its worth. On the other hand, truth is of the nature of awareness, of understanding, and awareness cannot be forced. Can you force someone to truly learn something that you find valuable? Of course not. Real learning begins when a person understands the value and willingly moves toward it. But we see people who have the illusion of reaching the truth and believe they must force others to accept it. For example, there is the belief that we must forcibly implement the laws of a God that we ourselves believe to be true in society in order to take people to heaven and lead them to salvation. This belief existed for years in my own country, Iran, and it caused serious damage. So here is the question. If people are forced into heaven, is that really heaven? If someone reaches happiness by force, what is the value of that happiness? Do you really want to be in a heaven whose people did not truly deserve it, but were forced into it instead? Can such a place truly be called heaven? Would a wise and just God create such a place? Of course not. Truth means awakening. Truth means awareness. An awakening does not happen by force. In life it is the same. If someone is asleep, we do not wake them up by force. We allow them to wake up on their own, unless there is real danger. Only when there is danger does forceful awakening become meaningful. But in normal conditions, when it comes to discovering truth, each person must reach a point where they themselves want to wake up, understand, and see the truth. So whenever you see something being forced on others in the name of truth, be certain, truth is not there. Those who truly understand truth do not make noise, do not force others unless there is a serious necessity, because they understand something important. If you wake someone up by force, even when you are giving them the real truth, they may become upset. They may say, "Why did you make me realize the truth? I was more at ease when I did not know it. I want to go back to my old life, the one where I was unaware of the truth." It is exactly like someone saying, "I'm still sleepy. Why did you wake me up?" So truth never forces itself upon you. You reach it when you are ready, when you understand how great and priceless truth is. Now another important quality of truth: beauty. If someone says, "I have the truth," but what they present is ugly, should it be accepted? Why should we search? Why should we invest time and energy for something that has no beauty in it? If we accept that truth is not beautiful, we are calling human rationality into question. Because what reason is there for a being with such intelligence and with this level of scientific progress to spend years searching for a truth that is ugly? Something that is the universe, with all its greatness, with all its beauty, is built upon, must itself be beautiful. So if you ever see a truth that leads to widespread suffering, fear, or darkness, know this: that is not truth, or it is a distorted version of it. For example, some people say, truth and salvation exist only in our belief system. Then what about the majority of people who are not part of it? They say, those people will suffer. But ask yourself, can truth really lead the majority towards suffering? Do you see beauty in that? Of course not. So again, they are not talking about truth. Now let's examine the infinite nature of truth. If someone says that truth started at a certain point, in a specific system, at a specific time, in a specific place, then ask, where was it before that? And if it has a beginning, should we expect it to end as well? The answer is clear. Again, they are not talking about truth. Think about mathematics. Did math begin when the first book was written? Of course not. Math always existed. Humans simply discovered it and later wrote it down. Truth is the same. It is discovered, not created, and not something that magically appeared out of nowhere. And anything that is truth cannot have a beginning or an end. If existence is infinite and eternal, then the truth upon which this existence is founded must also be infinite and eternal. Therefore, truth is never confined to a specific time, place, or group. Now let's bring together all the qualities we have logically clarified for truth throughout the previous episodes up to this point. Truth is awareness. It gives power. It is pure rationality. Truth has no force within it. It is beautiful and independent. And truth is eternal. When you put all of these together, you reach one conclusion. Truth is God. Wherever these qualities are absent, wherever you see contradictions, be certain that is not truth. That is not the one true God. And the one who truly seeks truth will eventually reach a level of awareness filled with beauty, power, clarity, and light. But remember this key point: not everyone is capable of seeing the whole truth. Just like an advanced scientific book, if you do not have the capacity to understand it, it is just paper in your hands. Truth exists everywhere. It fills the entire universe. But the real question is, how many people have truly seen it and truly understood it? Because those who reach the real truth become a part of that eternal reality. Yes, you heard that right. Anyone who truly reaches the truth does not simply understand it. They become eternal. Because truth is not just something to be known. It is something to become. It is the one and only treasure of existence. The treasure that, in the end, the true seeker no longer stands apart from, but becomes one with the truth. And this is not a mystery. It is a law. The one who truly understands a high-level scientific book is the same person who sooner or later can create something at that very level. Because understanding transforms the one who understands. Truth works in the same way. When you truly reach it, it does not remain outside of you. It becomes you, and you become a part of that eternal reality.